You sit down to work, and 20 minutes later, you've checked your phone, switched tabs, and started 3 different tasks without finishing one. Your brain feels like a browser with 40 tabs open. You know you're capable of deep work, but your attention span's been shredded into confetti. Here's the brutal truth. Your focus isn't broken, it's just weak. And like any weak muscle, you can train it until it's so strong people think you've got superpowers. I'm going to walk you through a progressive training system that builds your attention from 5 minutes to 90+ minutes of unbreakable concentration. This isn't theory, this is your attention gym. Let's get into it. The baseline reality. Right now, you probably can't focus on one thing for more than 10 minutes without feeling that itch to switch. Your brain's been trained by notifications, infinite scroll, and dopamine hits to constantly seek novelty. That's not a character flaw. That's conditioning. Your attention is like someone who's been bedridden for months. You don't expect them to run a marathon tomorrow. You start with walking to the mailbox. Here's what you're going to do. Pick a single task, set a timer for 5 minutes, and do nothing but that task. Not 10 minutes. 5. When your brain screams to check something else, you notice it and return to the task. That urge to switch, that's the mental equivalent of your muscles burning during a workout. You're not failing when you feel it. You're training. The discomfort is the point. Your first week, you're doing 5-minute sessions. That's it. You're building the foundation of attention control, and foundations are boring but essential. Progressive overload for your brain. After a week of 5-minute sessions, you're going to something that feels almost insulting. You're adding 2 minutes. 7-minute focus blocks. Here's why this matters. Your brain adapts to demands placed on it, but only if those demands are slightly beyond your current capacity. Too much, and you quit. Too little, and nothing changes. This is progressive overload, the same principle that builds muscle applied to your attention. Every week, you add 2 to 5 minutes. 7 minutes becomes 10. 10 becomes 15. 15 becomes 25. You're not jumping from scattered attention to monk-level focus overnight. You're crawling up a ladder, one rung at a time. By week 8, you're hitting 40-minute blocks of pure focus. By week 12, you're at 60 minutes. This is where most people's jaws drop, because 60 minutes of uninterrupted concentration on a single task puts you in the top 5% of cognitive performance in the modern world. The secret? You're not white-knuckling through willpower. You're literally rewiring your prefrontal cortex's ability to maintain attention. Each session is building thicker neural pathways for sustained focus. You're making focus your default, not your exception. The focus session structure. Here's exactly how to structure each session. Pick one task before you start. Not 3 tasks. 1. Writing a report? That's the task. Studying a chapter? That's it. Your brain needs a single target. Set your timer. Put your phone in another room. Not face down on your desk. In another room. Close every tab except what you need for this specific task. You're eliminating the friction between the urge and the distraction. Start the timer and work. When your mind wanders, and it will, you don't beat yourself up. You just notice it happen and pull your attention back. That moment of noticing and returning, that's 1 rep in your attention gym. You're literally getting stronger each time. The wandering isn't failure. The returning is success. When the timer ends, stop. Even if you're in flow. Especially if you're in flow. This sounds backwards, but you're training your brain to associate focus sessions with success and completion, not exhaustion and burnout. You're building a positive feedback loop. Each session ends with your brain going, "We did it," instead of, "I'm fried." The resistance patterns. Around week 3 or 4, you're going to hit resistance. You'll sit down for your 15-minute block, and your brain will throw a tantrum. Suddenly, every other task feels urgent. You'll want to reorganize your desk, respond to that email from 3 days ago, research something completely unrelated. This isn't procrastination. This is your brain fighting to maintain its old patterns. Your nervous system is comfortable with distraction. It's been running that program for years. Now you're trying to install new software, and the old system is fighting back. Here's what you'll experience. You'll feel anxious during your focus sessions. You'll feel bored and restless. You'll feel like this specific task is the wrong one to focus on right now. These are lies. Your brain is a toddler who doesn't want to leave the playground. Push through this week. Just this 1 week. Do your sessions even when they feel pointless. Even when your brain is screaming. On the other side of this resistance is a breakthrough. You'll hit a session where the focus feels effortless, where time disappears, where you look up and realize you just did 30 minutes without a single distraction. That's when you know you've crossed a threshold. The compounding advantage. Here's what happens after 12 weeks of this training. You sit down to work and your brain just goes there. You're not fighting for focus anymore. You're defaulting to it. Your coworkers are asking how you get so much done. Your projects are finishing ahead of schedule. You're reading books in days that used to take months. This isn't magic. This is compounding returns on trained attention. While everyone else is context switching 17 times an hour, you're spending 90 minutes in deep focus. You're getting more done in one session than they do in a full day. You're solving complex problems because your brain has the sustained attention to hold multiple variables at once. You're creating work that stands out because you're operating in a cognitive space most people never access. The elite performers you admire? The writers producing books, the developers building complex systems, the entrepreneurs making clear decisions. They're not smarter than you. They have trained attention. They've built the capacity to think deeply while the world is drowning in shallow work. You're building the same capacity right now. The daily non-negotiable. Make your focus session the first cognitive work you do each day. Not after emails. Not after meetings. First. Your attention is strongest in the morning, and you're establishing a pattern that says, focused work comes first. Everything else comes second. This single decision will transform your productivity more than any app or system. You're going to face days when you don't want to do this. Do it anyway. You're not training for the days when focus feels easy. You're training so that when focus is hard, when the stakes are high, when you need to perform under pressure, your attention doesn't fold. You've built resilience through repetition. You've made focus a skill, not a hope. Start today. Here's your action plan. 5 minutes of focused work on one task. Timer on to track your session. Phone gone, placed in another room. That's your first rep in the attention gym. 12 weeks from now, you'll have focus that looks like magic to everyone around you. But you'll know the truth. It's just training. Done consistently, done progressively, done without excuse. Your focus is waiting to be built. Go build it.